Hi, I am Harish Goteti and welcome back to my channel. Today again we are going to continue on the Amazon quick site user interface discussion. So yesterday or in the previous video I showed you an in-depth walkthrough of the end user interface. Now I'm going to show you and explain what the admin user interface looks like and how do you configure the entire quick suite as an admin, right? So let's dive in. As you see, we are logged in into Amazon quick site, quick suite, and it's clever on how they did it. They basically, the option to manage the entire quick suite is actually hidden. So it's under your profile, and then you'll have manage quick suite, right? So once you click on that, you will have this UI open, for the admin interface. So as you see, you have some shortcut section where you have, how many users you have, what assets you can manage, and other stuff. We'll go into these details a little bit later. Then you have the custom permissions on basically what Quick Suite has access to within your entire AWS account. Upgrades to get more capabilities of Quick Suite, and then the documentation. So let's look at the one thing after the other. On the left hand side, the first thing is you have the account settings, right? So which email to notify, do you want to go ahead and terminate this account? So then you have the manage assets. Basically what this is what are all the things that you have in Quick Suite, right? So what dashboards you have, what data sets you have, and all of that stuff. So this is a new account. I have another account where I do the work, but I'll show you in another demo because it's for based on use case. But here this is all the assets that you have on in the Quick Suite. As an admin, you will know how it is being used across the teams. So that is really the way. Like if you say, hey, what is my HR team assets are, right? So stuff like that. So again, going back, you have, if you're already using Q, you can give Q permissions within Quick Suite so that it can leverage the Q account. Now again, then you have the manage subscriptions. So basically how many authors you have, how many admins you have. We'll discuss about authors, admins, readers, all of that stuff in while we are discussing pricing. So for now, the subscription section allows you to manage your the entire subscription, how many authors and readers you have. There is a different pricing for different things. The spice capacity, if you are a quick site user, you will already know the what is spice. It is basically parallel processing capacity that's available with your plan per user. But if you are not if it is not sufficient, or if you are having any issues with the existing capacity, you can go ahead and purchase. And if you see here, once the usage starts, it will show if you are running out of spice capacity, and that's when you can go ahead and purchase more. Same goes with index capacity, right? Right now you have up to 60,000 MB, I think it's 6 GB, right? So you have that. If your indexing is beyond that, then you can scale it. Basically you'll get charged for whatever you use, right? It's pay per use. Then you have the identity section where you manage users. So I have only one user. You can invite users by email, like a bunch of commas, separated values, right? And your entire team, right? And then you can manage permissions. I'm an admin. You can say I'm an admin pro because I'm the owner of the account, right? Other users, you can do whatever you want once you invite all the users. So then you create groups, like, hey, HR team, or tax team, or audit team, and you create these groups and group the assets for each group. So that is what the groups are about. Assets So if you have SSO providers, whether it is Identity Center, whether it is any third-party IDP that that you want to leverage, you can go ahead and set up a single sign-on to with Amazon Quick Suite. So it's a super cool feature for enterprise customers. Then you have the managed under the security section, you have managed domains. What this basically means is if you want embedding reports, right, embedding dashboards from QuickSight within QuickSuite to work on your web page or something like that, you have to enable the domains. So always add the domains subdomains properly so that the embedding reports actually work. Then you have the mobile settings, right? What we can force to say, hey, use a biometrics or pin to unlock the device if you have Quick Suite installed on your mobile device, right? You can always restrict IPs on IP access on who's going to access Quick Suite. So that is something you can do as well. Then you have the VPC connections, which VPCs are connection that you want to leverage and things like that. So you can confine QuickSuite to work in a specific VPC and not other VPCs. You can do that as well. The next section is KMS keys. By default, everything is managed by AWS. If you want you bring your own keys, KMS keys, then you have to set it up here. But it's an overkill. You don't need it. AWS takes care of everything. So permissions, right? This is basically what AWS resources does QuickSuite can QuickSuite access, right? This is what it is about. So this shows what the amount the services that QuickSuite can access. So you can enable S3 access and all the specific bucket or across S3. So you can configure all the access over here, right? So let's go back. Then you have the access policy. We don't have, basically everything is allowed. You can deny access to certain data. When you are doing it at a enterprise level, all these things make sense, but right now we don't have to. All I'm trying to show you is the amount of granularity that you can go with respect to security settings, and when you go ahead and implement it for your organization. Then customization, you can definitely go ahead and customize, which is basically set. You can create your own brand. You can add your own logo, your fave icon, and it will show the Quick Suite as that, right? So that is super cool when you do that, and I'll show you a customized instance when I do the use case demos. And then you have brand customization. You can customize the agents by so by blocking certain words or phrases over here, saying, hey, you can't basically these agents are not sorry, the agents can't these words or phrases cannot be used, right? So you can set up guardrails over here. You can add more, right? So basically I don't want to type curse words here, but basically you can type bad, whatever that you want to go ahead and stop that, right? So you can do that. And then you have email customization. Basically what is if you integrate this with SES, that's when you use this. So QuickSuite sends emails to the team members, to everyone with logos and other stuff, which will also set up in a separate video. Finally, usage metrics. You can go ahead and see what are all things that are being used, how many queries. So this gives you a very good sense of how much your team members are using, which team members are using, which assets are being used, all the cool stuff that you can track on the metrics based on the entire usage of QuickSuite. So this is super cool that you will see. So in my use case demo environment, you will see a lot of usage and a lot of stuff that that I'm going to show you, based on a real type of company setup and things like that. So as you see, the possibility or the ability to configure it to suit your organization is extremely granular. So you can be rest assured that this is going to be the most secure, most flexible product that you can use to boost the productivity of your team starting today. So if you like the video, go ahead, subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to add a lot more videos on QuickSuite and how it works with a very specific industry, like accounting firms or legal firms. And thanks for watching the video.